Just gotta prepare a little bit. Microphone wires a little bit taut. Be too stressed out to do that. One that I kind of just want to listen to. Drums. A bit of bass. Oh, I didn't realize it's already Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. Monday. Happy Monday. Day when anything can go wrong and just be okay, I guess. Doing good. Okay. Yeah. Mom Day is is it Mom Day? Is it Mother's Day? Hold on. We went house shopping whole weekend. Well, not house shopping, more like apartment shopping. Kind of stressful, to be honest. I really have like terrible handwriting. This is why they invented the text tool. I need one that looks like handwritten script. That's like the... It's like the only thing. Why is it so small? It's tiny. What is this? Text for ants? Perfect. Baking? Alright, man. Let us know what you baked. Handwriting suffered after I don't really write things anymore. I just kind of like type. No, there's nowhere that where I can use my handwriting skill. Make it a little bigger. Alright, now I know what I'm doing. Well, I've got a commission, so we're gonna do that. Let's see. No, I didn't finish. It's not finished. What the? Get rid of that. Well, the brief is, It's World of Warcraft themed. I guess for the launch of the Burning Crusade. And then it's like a little thing here. It's tiny, but it's gray. Whatever, I guess. But, World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade themed. It's a bunch of characters standing in front of a portal. My favorite composition for this, I'm doing a little bit of research here. My favorite composition here is going to be Zana. His name is Zana. No. Hayden Zana, there it is. He had a really, really good composition that I just... This one's good too. Might steal something like that. He's got a really good eye for composition and perspective. So I kind of want to borrow a bit of his juice. See, all the compositions are like just great. I really love this one. This one's really, really good. He's using the same trick here. It's character on top of, like, if you take this and you just, like, you know, if you really reduce the shapes, just take out all the nuance, just like, lighten it. It's just like, just really dark and really light. He's got like one shape in the character, and they kind of blend together, and he's got this other shape and this triangle. That's it. That's like where your eye goes. And he does it in this beautiful, you know, value setup, and the colors are also good. They're all very tuned down, but I see it like the other one, where it's all just like, there it is. Works for Naughty Dog, which is like one of the better places to work, I feel like. I was looking for a specific piece here. Here it is. Really love this piece. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna use it in my love mood board. It's 4 characters in front of a portal. Or 3 characters. I gotta reread the brief. But that's also gonna be something. Character overlaps the lighting. Well, it's more like a shape, but yeah. It's shape on shape. He's using shapes to kind of create very big, what's it called? I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna... What? It's copy pasting the wrong image. That's interesting. Okay, so I'll have that image up. That's like my main image, to be honest. Yeah, this is one of my favorites, for sure. Because that... Very strong white. Strong silhouette. Toned down. Mid-ground. Good. It's good stuff. Really like it. call it a trick exactly, but he is abusing like composition a little bit. It works. It's like one of the better ones that I've seen. So that open my email real quick on my phone. That'd be smart. Read it on your phone. Genius. Okay, so just double check, cause my brain isn't what it used to be. I used to be able to remember things. Now my memory is just like snippets. Thematically based off WoW. Not expecting a complete replica. Add flair. Piece that would have silhouette of 4 characters in front of a portal. I have linked. That is the very, very first. I think this is like from Warcraft 3 actually, because the Burning Crusade one is totally different. The portal that was linked was actually not the Burning Crusade one. It's like Warcraft 3 portal. Oh, you know what else it could be? There was a portal for starting WoW that was similar. Yeah, this is it actually. Yeah, this is Warcraft 3, the original portal. So in the Burning Crusade, they actually used this design. But that's fine. We're gonna go with the original. I think this one is what you're greeted with in World of Warcraft, like original. I seem to remember something very similar as a loading screen. So that is what we're using as reference. Okay, so pop this down. I'm gonna make it like a mask. Save myself a little bit of time. Let me crank this. Okay, so the first idea I have is gonna be just theft. We're gonna steal and see how that goes. All right, so shapes, nice shapes here. Portal would be distant here. Hold on one second, I got a hair in my composition. Okay. So this is gonna be gigantic. All right. As gigantic as possible. And then we'll actually use it to overlap, I think, one of the characters. Drawing, not good. Maybe value. How is this World War? Huh? World War? What? We're gonna have characters in the foreground. One of them could be a bigger boy. No, World of Warcraft themed. Not World War II themed, no. World of Warcraft. One of them could be a little further on. Maybe we can have like just a for scale character. So it looks like the portal is, you know, very big. maybe add a little bit of value to. Differentiate everything. Just do silhouettes for now. And later on we'll... Oh wait, they're supposed to be silhouettes forever. Oh, what's this? Like that. The light from the portal is going to be like actual light, so I'm just going to keep that pretty light. And then the rest of it is going to be like something like this tone. So that's kind of like one composition. Characters spaced out. Probably going to have cool stuff in there, maybe like maybe a hammer. Look at this color, this value. Not sure about where to put this guy. I might take him out for a little bit. I definitely want like the lighting idea, like separating these characters, and then we'll tone it down for like around. How much do you normally charge if someone conditions you for illustration? I charge about $200 if it's not crazy. If it gets crazy, like they start saying, well, you know, I want an army of people. I want what's called I want the symposium in there, the academy, or just something like with a lot of like high maintenance stuff. Anything that gets a little crazy, I'll charge higher than that. If it already seems a little suspect, I'm gonna start off with 300. If the brief is like, you know, fairly normal, this brief is fairly normal, I would say. I would call this a crazy brief. So I'm gonna have like 3 little thumbnails trying to find the best composition. Why don't you create a commission sheet? I don't know. It just makes me reminds me of like DeviantArt. I don't know if it actually works. I've never tried it. Let's see here. So it's gonna be like the portal. Again, these are thumbnails. Not really looking for detail. Just want to establish like a bit of the values and stuff. Composition mainly. And then we'll come back in when we have a good idea of where we want to go. But it's gonna be like a couple of these black and white drawings. Let's see. The thing is with like scale, ideally you want like the object to be so big and imposing that it's like literally off the screen big. So that's kind of like an idea, but screw around with it. Next one is going to be the characters a little bit closer to the camera. I'm going to get a little bit more warmed up since these thumbnails are I'm going to go one by one and then see what I can come up with. If I draw them too big, the problem becomes that I don't have enough space to create a massive structure. So I'm gonna have to either solve something there or something else. Too much jobs? What do you mean? I don't think the commission sheet like gets you work. I'll be honest. I think it's like it just makes you seem like weird. It's like a DeviantArt meme, to be honest. I don't know. Whenever I see it, I just think like DeviantArt. That's where I see those things. I don't see any like professional artist with a commission sheet. I don't think I've ever seen it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I really don't. And maybe we can start doing a little bit of like when it's this big, you kind of want to have like nicer silhouettes. The problem is that again, it's like, where do you put the portal? So if your content is anime style and appears to certain artists, you can get away with it. Maybe. I mean, I would like to be upfront about my prices. I feel like that's one of the main reasons why they don't have a cover sheet, like a sheet like that. It's because, you know, if I quote, you know, really low prices, people might come out and be like, oh, well, this is your price, then here you go. I want this army. And at that point, you'd have to say, no, I can't do that. That's out of scope. So either you have to foresee the externalities, which I don't particularly want to do that. I'd like a fairly stress-free experience, if at all possible. Anything that compounds stress, it's like I'm averse to. But again, I prefer to be open about it. You know, it's a nice little sword there or something. And then we have like, we're closer to the portal. And then you can have, you can do stuff with perspective for this one that could be really cool. Like, cause you're so close, you can have, first of all, you can have like the light there. Second of all, you can have like, you can have the figures a little bit more. You can have one of them looking back. You know, like Call of Duty has all these like covers where there's one guy that's like facing the other way. He's just for some reason he's facing the customer basically in those. I assume none of the characters are female. Also, I should probably ask about that, but that's okay. We're not going into that sort of detail today. We're just doing nice little thumbnails, establish a composition, try to like play around with ideas a little bit. Not really in a rush to get anything done. Just wanna get a feel for kind of likes and dislikes. Hey, Vatra, what's up? How's it going? Could make a terms of service. I need to lawyer up before I... Look, man, for me, I just like doing the work. If I could get away from all the other aspects of it, like if I never have to talk to anybody, if I have like an agent or a front-facing person, that would be like the best. In fact, now that I have a little bit of money, I might just hire somebody to go do the work that I don't really want to do. Who am I talking to? Oh, just the people in my head who are also in my chat. This guy could be the darkest dark. You could do like almost like a 3-point here with the structure literally bending inwards and upwards. So that would be good. In ads still shows. That's the secret. I never watch the ads. Turn off that pesky ad block. Don't need that. So this one didn't come out too good, but we have an idea there at least. Again, so these are, I'm gonna like probably do a pass over them after I have the compositions. Just do a straight drawing pass, so that we can decide. So the next one, I'm thinking this was a little bit too close, a little bit too tight. Some of the characters were not ready for their close-up, so we're gonna do. I still like the composition, even if I don't use it technically. I'm just want. The other thing is we don't really have like an environment other than like a desert from like the original Warcraft 3. I don't even remember. I think who was it? Thrall went through the portal and his brother. I don't remember the setting for that. I mean, we're still thinking about theme. It's thematically World of Warcraft, but we could have some liberties, which is good, I think. But this is really the sausage being made here. Please add camels. There are no camels in World of Warcraft. I think there's cows. You can click on them, they explode. No camels, though. I found a video game that lets you play a deer and other furry characters. It's like a haven for furries. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of furries. The game is called Ravenfloat. Oh, sorry. Crowfall? Crowfall Online. Pretty fun game. Reminds me a lot of like World of Warcraft, like the original metas that were around, like Mortal Strike Warrior and like Eviscerate / Sinister Strike Rogues. Furries care about furries in games, though. It's about representation. So this one, I want to put the portal like around here. We could even cut off some of the portal. I feel like we need enough of it. We need enough of it for it to be like really good, but we need enough of it to make sense, I think. That it's a portal, but past that, furries are weird. Yes, they are. Maybe I could have the rogue sit. I feel like Rogues are always sitting. It's gonna be like maybe I think it was Warlock, Rogue. I had to reread the brief. Hold on. There's 4 characters, but they are silhouettes, so they don't actually have to be. So we're gonna have to do really tight silhouettes, I think, because simplicity is actually harder. But we're gonna have to do like super tight silhouettes like after though. Right now we're looking at 4 characters with slight color to them, and what defines what their character is: a warlock, a rogue, warrior, mage. Okay, so we got 2 mages. Are those commissions? Well, yeah, one. Yeah, it's a commission. Yep. Today is a commission day. Let me see. Ixie's baking something. I kind of wonder what she's baking. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I mean, I think I prefer not to do like the business side of things for drawing. Like I would really like to just, you know, do the work and then. And we could duplicate the silhouettes to other, so that it's kind of like recognizable, like which character is which and what they're doing. Once we get what's it called, then. How will you treat the commissioner? Do you send after the thumbnail phase? Well, once I get some thumbnails that are like that, you can kind of tell what's going on in them. Not this. This is still art. This is like programmer art. Still, we're still in the programmer art phase. This is for me. Like I need to know where things are going and what the shapes are doing. Frost Mage, that was another good one. Yeah, that like Crowfall kind of reminds me of like really old, like classic World of Warcraft. Like really old meta, old everything. Like everything is like, it's like going back into the past and playing classic WoW, except it's gonna be classic WoW forever, and no one's expecting anything different from it. I laugh every time at the pig faces. Summoner picks. Yeah, that was a good one. I like Nee Johnson. That one's my favorite right now. Nee Johnson is for sure. The GOAT. We'll add like a character there that's not part of. And maybe we'll do like a rogue here. Just meditating. Chilling, man. Silent Noodles is a good one. He actually requested it because he liked it. I don't know what he's doing with it, but it's a funny one. I like these to be funny. Some of them are kind of like on the serious side, but and they're anime, so which is okay, you know. If we had. It's a nice opportunity to display jovial nature, the levity of this channel. Yeah, I think Reiji's is like the best one so far. Like in terms of this isn't supposed to be good, but like it kind of is. That one's like a little bit more heavily referenced though. That's kind of why. The other ones are just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever, man. I wonder if what he feels about like a character that's flying into the portal. No one, I don't think any characters have like flying in what's called in World of Warcraft. Don't remember. I think there's flying mounts, but that's about it. So we'll see with that. But that like that's a killer composition idea. Like compositionally, that's tight. Mages should be able to fly, you know? And then you know, we'll do like the pattern for the portal. But it really depends on what's good. So those are okay compositions. We're still going. We're still going strong. Got a lot of steam. Yeet. Let me see. What else can we do? We can do like a side view. We can do like a side view. The portal. Side view. Be like. He's baking raisin muffins with ginger and lemon. That sounds delicious. I read it before, but I just like didn't read it aloud. But that sounds really good. I have so much sweets. Since my wife is leaving, she has to like, well, it's customary to give like gifts on your way out, you know? Just like something small. So I have like a bunch of sweets in the house, and a lot of those like cookie boxes, you can't really tell if one is missing, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm putting down. So I may have sampled the forbidden cookies. Perhaps. I was eating one and like she jumps out of the bathroom and I'm like just looking at her like, hello? She's like, no, those are the cookies for the, no, how dare you? This one, we can maybe do like a face here. Be like the mage. What do you got for me? YouTube. You requested a song. Am I gonna have to take that on face value?
Dreams that
oh god
that you could do so you want.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This meme was from like the 90s. Only 90s kids. Only 90s kids will recognize this one. This guy reposted it. He's a dirty thief. This is probably from like the original internet, like way before all the like even demotivator memes, which were really popular at some point. This is like dancing baby level meme. Proto meme, you know. That's another one where we could go. And keep it light. Keep it pretty light. For these. Now we'll redraw them a little bit. Let's see. What else? What else can we do? What else can we do? Trying to like come up with a really great idea here. We could do where the portal is tiny. Right? It's tiny, but it's actually like just because it's so far away. It's like tiny, but there's like, it's like a mountain near it. You know? Just like mountains or something. And they're like just as big as the mountains. And you're just like out here, zoomed in. That could be like a powerful composition. Maybe we'll explore. We'll explore. Explore some of the possibilities here. Maybe the warrior can crouch in this one. Or maybe we could turn around, Call of Duty style. Maybe just a little bit. What about vision from behind the portal pillar? From behind the portal, like from the portal. That's a cool idea, but they like specifically want the portal to be in the composition. So that just like, that's one of those like, I wish I could do this, but they want the portal. They like, there's only, the brief is really short. It's like you have to have this, this, and this. So everything else is fair game though. We could do a lot. Let's see here. Something like that could be good. The problem is like the characters are supposed to be silhouettes, so there's not going to be that much detail on them. I mean, they're gonna be tight silhouettes, but they're still gonna be just really, really mostly silhouette. So I don't know. The efficacy of like having them as silhouettes means that the best composition is probably gonna have them like in mid-ground, because then you have the sexy silhouette, but it's not like you're looking at a blob, you know. So, but we could try it. I think you could do something magical even with like a foreground silhouette. It really depends. Yeah, I think the middle one is nice. We could experiment with that one. That one has like a strong triangular composition. You have like the classic. We're going in there. The third one has some juice. The third one has some juice. We're gonna go tonight. Oh, is this sun? Whoops. 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 I did things. Why did I do them? Is this in Got Game? No, it's not. Okay. Wonder why. You have some mountains for maybe like a little lake. Lake and a banana for scale, you know? Like this portal is big. Like you have to be far away to see it all. You know, that sort of thing. Well, we'll see. And then we'll also do some of the armored designs, maybe a little bit. Almost deleted it all. Almost doesn't count. And we could do a really cool plein air one in this one. I think it'll be fun. Let's see. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, you could do like, you know, the movie company. What is it? DreamWorks? That wasn't DreamWorks. It was like, there's one with like a mountain. That sort of environment. Nice snowy mountain. So that could be our winning silhouette, maybe. We'll see. Still have to think about it. But I think this one has like the most potential. Most potential, possibly. We'll have to see. Kind of a tough call when it's like gray boxed like this. But then like there could be. But yeah, it's about like managing composition at this point. I think the top middle one is good. I think the top right one I like. The left ones are gonna be a little bit what's called a little bit light right now. A little bit light on the compositional juice. But maybe we get back to it. Maybe we put in a crazy compositional idea that wasn't there before. This one I can basically see done. And looks pretty good. You have to believe me though. Please take it on faith. This one looks good when it's done. Kind of want to give him like a World of Warcraft sword. Because this is World of Warcraft themed. Well, look up the like original concept stuff for World of Warcraft. See what they were cooking with, you know? See what they were cooking with. And we could replicate some of that. Maybe remix some of the designs. No love for the paladin in this one. We've got a non-standard composition, team composition. They have a warlock. I don't know what it's like in World of Warcraft now, but warlocks were always looked down on. They're like the mushrooms of the rock paper scissors. Balancing arc. Where else can I stick that portal? I mean, I always try to do the most, but it's like... Here's another one. We could try to do something like this. Although this is kind of outside of the scope. Something like that. A little bit of to think about the perspective a little bit, but something like that, like a top-down view. I don't know, it's not specifically what was in the brief, but it's a unique type of idea that could, you know, resonate maybe, and then be like, oh yeah, we like this. Maybe. I think giving them choices is always good. Giving them a little bit of choice. I have to like revamp the perspective just a little bit. That is a slightly different type of composition. Let's see if that one goes through. Okay. For that type, you would have to do like anal retentive perspective, which I'm not gonna do for a thumbnail. Just gonna kind of assume that it's all right, even though it's probably all wrong. Cause yeah, thumbnail, not supposed to be finished product. It's nice if we can do like full perspective in thumbnail, but just want an idea of what the perspective will be like. Oh, I'm struggling to think of a good 7th perspective idea. We could hit him with the 6. And 6 variants. It's pretty good. Just trying to rack my brain and see if I can come up with another another idea for World of Warcraft themed composition. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna take these, just really take them to the next level, and then 6 variants will be pretty good, I think. Number 6 is pretty dark with the perspective. Yeah, that one will have to get like a much stronger, like, what's it called? It's just that, I made it a little bit too big, I think. Let me see. Some of them, like, the last one is gonna be like the hardest one to do perspective-wise, I think. Because every other one I can kind of cheat a little bit. But this one's like a top-down, bird's eye bullshit view. Let's see. So this is fine, whatever. Let's merge these so I don't have to like. All right, so I'm gonna move them closer and then. Oops. Move them a little closer so I have a little bit less trouble sizing them up. Commission Ixie for $30 to do a 3D base for you. It's actually really smart. You can't do all the work. Sometimes you need under artists. Like, there's some work that I just don't want to do. Like, that's why you have, like, a studio, you know? There's, like, because there's a lot of work out there, but, like, most of the time, it's just like, oh, we gotta do this, and, like, that's not my cup of tea, and then, like, tears start flying, and it's like... Okay, so... a little bit of a... That'd be good, like a little line. Let me try to do this, hold on. Because I feel like whenever I use the text tool, it's just like... I don't know, it's just, it's so dead. I don't really like that A. There, now they're all on like the same line. It's amazing. And I could do this thing. Okay. Well, writing without like a line is like impossible for me. I need the line. I can't keep track of it. Thankfully there's like an eraser tool. I don't know, I just wanted to write it. Make it look like organic, you know? Because like when it's... when it's written, it's nicer, I feel like. Okay, so... Okay, one at a time, let's just tighten them. Pop, 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 pop. I'm running out of sugar. Need some sort of sugar to pick me up right now. I'm gonna go splash some water on my face and then get back to it. To it. beggar cat, man. It's for food all the time. Alright, I got some watermelons. Okay, I got some sweet melon and a banana. That should give me a little bit more juice. A little bit more juice. And we could start working these thumbnails. So it gives me a little bit of time to think. Okay, so take this down to 40%. See if we can do a tight drawing pass. Oh, you know what? Let's flip it too. You know, it's actually like so light that I think I can actually just draw on it. It's gonna be alright. Huh? Why isn't it working? There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to draw on it, see what happens. Hey, Louie, what are you doing? You trying to steal my melon? This cat eats everything. I think I'm gonna give him diabetes, though. If I keep feeding him. Because, every time I have, like, a sweet of some sort, any sort of, like... What are you catching over here? Any sort of, like, pastry? It's like, give me that. I needs that. Right, Louis? He loves all kinds of dairy stuff, too. Like yogurts. It's just more surprising when it's something like bread. Bum, 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 bum. Louis, sit. Sit, you fat cat. Good cat. Very good creature. But yeah, just having a snack so I can slow down. Slow down and think. This could be like a cultist of some sort. Just for a little scale, you know? Because otherwise I have to put something in like a camp. Don't really want to do that. We have a good chance to practice the silhouettes. And then I'll have choices for silhouettes too, in case he, for instance, likes. One of the silhouettes in one image, but doesn't like it in the other. Very doable to transpose. Never really got geared in World of Warcraft. I was always like running scenarios in like blue gear. And like I had like 2 pieces of tier 1 gear and like 1 piece of tier 2, and it's the hat, so everyone had the hat basically. Just didn't do enough rating. Not enough rating. But I feel like if we're doing Burning Crusade, that should kind of be the meta. It should be like a Nixia hat. Maybe like a couple pieces of Night Stalker, Molten Core gear. What are you thinking of putting in the background? Well, just the what's it called for now, the portal for now, because we have to be pretty clear that mountains, that's usually my go-to, just like mountains, big mountains. Maybe clouds. Clouds would also be good. I don't know. It's not part of the brief, but I'll ask him what he's looking for. It'll probably be something. My go-to is usually something like natural. I'm not really sure about this leg. Only have a little bit of daggers. Probably something mountainous. Kind of thinking mountains. But the original, I think the original was in like a canyon. I don't know if that was for gameplay, because you had to like, if it was in the middle of the open, then that wouldn't be much. It's called. This would be the mage, I think. Or the warlock. I'm not sure how to differentiate the warlock and the mage. They're kind of same. They're both cloth, so maybe some shoulder pads. Blizzard does everything with shoulder pads. Right, Louis? It's all about the shoulder pads. Sure, I feel like I want to make this like silhouette like much more like one shapey. One shape. Song request. Song request. This looks good, actually. Gotta turn down. Turn down for what? Hold on, I just gotta. Boring. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. Feels like a Final Countdown type of vibes. Louis, this is not a good place for you to sit. Can you like vacate the premises, please? A little bit of shape design. I did, but he's still like begging for food, so I'm guessing that didn't feed him enough. So that's kind of a silhouette. I'm gonna be screwing around with it, but we'll do a couple passes on the other ones. And, I think ideally I just want something that's like a full shape. Cat, get out of here. He's not fat. He's not fat at all. He's a big cat though. He's a large and in charge cat. He used to be very, very small, but now he's kind of large. But I wouldn't call him. I kind of just want it to be this one shape. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to do that would be. Without silhouette is kind of tough. It's actually like, if you can understand like what a beautiful shape looks like, you can do a lot of stuff. So it's like, it's a beauty and simplicity, so definitely gonna be a little bit of struggle snuggling here. A struggle snuggle. Maybe we can do like break silhouette with a dagger and just like do you design the character along the way? Well, I mean, we're doing like World of Warcraft, so I can kind of, I have a lot of source material that I'm gonna go with. Probably gonna use a little bit of stuff from like but ideally I want this like, I just want a giant like triangle. I just want the rogue to become a triangle, if that's possible. Hoping I can just do that. I would design the character first, then put them in an illustration. Well, The thing is that we don't have to do too much. It's silhouettes. So I'm really designing silhouettes and it kind of ends there. So there's no real reason to do it off the paper. Got every opportunity to do the work here. There's no prohibiting factor. To design a good silhouette, you just need really good shape. You can do it really either way. It's kind of like a preference type of thing. But there's really nothing that stops me from designing in this thumbnail. There's like... You'd have to be pretty precious with your thumbnail to say like, oh no, I can't mess up here. This is the quintessential drawing board. And since we're only doing silhouettes, you know, we have a lot of stuff to work with. My biggest fear is that people don't understand the technical language and then they say it and then they're actually looking for something else. But a silhouette is usually a blank shape with no rendering. It's a little different than, you know, just like, so my big fear is always like when someone hits me with some artist jargon is that we're going to get into a semantic argument and then that usually isn't very productive. Because one of us has got to be right. Nothing worse than arguing semantics. That's always the worst. Everything can be boiled down into style and details for the layman. I don't know, I prefer it to be... I feel like... Well, either way, I mean, we'll have plenty of chances to like talk about it. Ah, fuck, it's the wrong layer. God damn it. It's supposed to do that. Damn it. Well, let me go back a little bit. Oh, I drew the other one there. Okay, whatever. I miss my what's it called? My mask. Kept me from going off the page. Wait, I saved the copy, right? I saved the copy. I definitely saved the copy. Perfect, okay. Alright, just making sure. Okay, so silhouettes. So is this like a comic you're working on, judging from the multiple panels? No, these are... Well, before it said, let me see, hold on. These are Sliamwoods. But, no, these are compositional thumbnails for a commission. So, I do kind of use them as a story. So I kind of imagine things as a, like, animation. I pick out the keyframes. Like, you could reverse them, and then they'll be, you know, like, farthest, middle, closer, closest, but, you know, different ways of imagining. So these are like little sketches that I like to make before I actually draw anything, to allow me to decide what it is I'm going to be drawing and what I'm not going to be drawing. They're very useful if you do any sort of painting. I highly recommend it because it allows you to get the bad ideas out. They're pretty useful for, like, if you're, if you are working for someone to, give options, allow for, like, decision making. And hopefully by the end of this, they'll be kind of okay looking, where you can tell, oh, that's kind of like a warrior. That's a portal. I can kind of see what's going on here. And then, if that happens, then we've had a success for thumbnails. This character's definitely dying. Kinda too similar to the what's it called? Paint him out for now. This one is going to be challenging, so it's going to be mostly silhouettes. No, that's kind of like, I'm a little worried about that. No, but I've got it. It's thematically based off WoW. Silhouette of 4 characters in front of a portal that I've linked. The 4 characters should be slight color in what defines their character: a warlock, a rogue, warrior, and mage. Oh, and he's got a staff. Okay. So that is a question, but not a, like, deal breaker. If you know, if it has to be an orc warrior, you know, I'll just put in some orky bits. We'll get around it. Make them a little wider. A little bit more stumpy. A little bit of a staff. A little bit of a staff. But yeah, we're gonna work up these thumbnails, and then we'll have like 6. I've selected 6 thumbnails that I think are worthwhile for telling this type of story. So we'll go through each one and see what I can, you know, improve on it. So this one already losing its charm. Kind of liked this shape, so I'm going to put it back. Oh, you know what I'll do? Hold on. Go back here and then make this colored, saturation, colorize, make it red. Just want to get some of that shape back. I see. How did you start getting commissions over the internet and start making money off of it? I'm practicing doing digital art these days. I'd like to start earning a few bucks from it, but I don't really know where to start and how. The easiest way to do it is first get a portfolio. Get a portfolio. Most of my commissions come from. God, I don't even know. People kind of find me now. It's weird. It's really surreal. Hold on. Let me turn this down so I can... Hold on. Let Grandpa turn down the music, because, like... Alright, so first thing you do is you knock out a portfolio. Yeah. This is a long song. You tricked me. You tricked me. This is like 20 songs. Absolutely baited. So I have a portfolio, like, well, I'll just show you mine for instance. So you make a portfolio. You don't need a lot. You can make it like a couple of pieces. They just have to be good enough. I'm gonna skip these. And then you post your portfolio in places. If people like it, they'll Reddit is a good place, where you can just kind of just like put your stuff out and they'll got really stocky somehow. Just gonna erase a little bit here. Yeah, very stocky. I've gotten a couple commissions from people who came to the channel, so you could start streaming your artwork. It's not like a surefire way. I would say that portfolio uber alles. Portfolio overall. Commission sheet marketing is great for letting people know you. You're supposed to only play one. Well, you tricked me into playing all of them, so now no more song requests. Let's see here. People will put down work requests in places like DeviantArt, Reddit, any sort of jobs board, and it'll all be pretty, like, you know, pretty standard stuff. Nothing like, ooh, World of Warcraft is hiring for an illustration. You're probably not gonna find something like that there. Our commissions, I've never heard of that one, but you could give it a try. I think I've seen a lot of work from places like let's see here. I have a whole like multi subreddit that I made for myself when I was really looking for work. Like every day I would just browse. Let me see here if I still have access to it. Right now I'm just, you know, I'm still making money on it, but I have a day job, so I don't have the opportunity to paint a lot every day. I like to keep painting at least 3-4 hours a day if I can do it. 4 hours is pretty rare though, since this is now a 12-hour gig. Let me see. How did I used to do, like, yeah, here it is. So 4 communities. So this is one that I made. r/for hire. Here, if you go to like this one, it has a couple other ones to get you started, and then I don't know, you can like go from there. Sometimes you'll find work here. They post pretty frequently. Like you see, these are hour ago, 4 hours ago, 2 hours ago. You could try places like Freelancer, Fiverr, Upwork. I don't like those places personally. That's just me. I wouldn't be able to do work for Fiverr, because it takes me so long to do any of this. So I don't want to fool people. I don't want to show them a portfolio and then say, oh, well, I can't do any of this because I don't have $5 isn't going to cut it, champ. I don't want to do that. And then, like, because you can do extras on Fiverr and things like that, but I just don't like the business model. I think it might be a little evil. And it kind of removes you from... I really messed up this silhouette. Can I just erase this? Can I just erase it? What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna put it back. Put it back. Deep regret. Deep silhouette regret. That's okay. We can go back. That's fine. I don't know. Sometimes I like get off track and I forget what I was doing. Sometimes like I'll get a good feel for something and I'll just like totally forget what I was doing. Because I like that he's like leaning. Sometimes your sketch is good and you should just deal with it and not try to improve it. But I'm always gonna try. And if I fail, I go back. It's no big deal. Twitter and Instagram are used as well. Yeah, you can, if you can get work on Twitter and Instagram, that's perfect. I've gotten like 2 gigs from Twitter. Nothing really from Instagram. I've gotten a lot of accounts that are willing to shill my work on what's it called on their page, but it's always like a scam. It's like, we could get you real numbers, brother. We could get you those delicious numbers. You're gonna get commissions all day. And then it's like they have 1,000 followers and like no one actually interacts with this stuff, so it's just like, okay, whatever. Or 10,000 and they're selling it at like $40. Get your art in front of the right people. If it was like literally the right people that commission work, yeah, okay, maybe. 90% of those are just scams, though. %of them are just scams. Just scams, man. I guess my advice is advice I've heard from other people that have made it really big in the industry that I've been following, and it's kind of worked for me. Is get a social media of all sorts, anything you can, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, whatever you can find. There's probably more. I don't know them. This is too much for me. And then just don't fucking post. Just don't post anything other than your artwork. And maybe like a joke once in a while. I like the jokes. But preferably don't even post that. That's a mistake. Make another account. Don't put your name on it. Make it something like some sort of gimmick account. Then you could post wherever the heck you want, you know. I break this rule a lot. I post stupid shit that gets me in trouble with people, and then I regret it deeply, but there's like nothing I can do. I have a really big mouth. Probably a little autistic too. The good kind, though. The good kind. Just get good and shamelessly market everywhere. Post your art. Post your finished works. Don't post a lot of like in progress stuff. People don't really like to see in progress stuff. Post studies. People love studies. They love studies because studies is something that they can like even if, you know, they don't really like your guts. Like, they will still like your studies. Like, or like your regular art, they might not like it, but they might like your studies. Everybody loves like a nice little study, you know. Everybody likes, like, oh, this guy worked really hard on these mountains. I really like, you know, this resonates with me. I really like this. What's it called? This type of work. Even if it's really benign and like, you know, really banal type of work. So that's number one, I think, is just don't post dumb shit on social media. It'll come back to you every single time. What else? Make a portfolio on ArtStation. Put your best works up there. Manage your portfolio. Try to remove bad works from it. Still have works I don't really like in the portfolio. I'm gonna probably remove a couple today. Maybe put a new one in. I don't think I'm skilled enough for ArtStation. Well, you never know. Just like go on there, follow some people. You know, just hang around, take a look. Post studies. People like studies. Post your best finished work. Eventually someone's gonna like it, and you're gonna get that first follower. And, you know, and then they like it. Your next work they'll like. I think the big thing is don't post a lot. post your best work, and then even if it's like it's not the greatest work, but it's still your best, you might still find people that'll like it. So definitely don't post like 20 progress shots on our station. People will not like that. They'll just mute you. It's not a huge deal, but yeah. You can do that. I think it's never too early. Also get like DeviantArt. Yeah, poop your best stuff all over the internet. Try to keep a low profile in regards to anything else. You know what? Now it's more like before it was like what I was describing, but right now I feel like your best bet are actually, and this is also already behind the times, your best bet is going to be like Discord, Guilded, Telegram, anywhere where you can reach a target audience with your artwork. It doesn't have to be right away, just join. Join a community of some sort. Infiltrate, be like, hey, I'm a regular guy, I don't want to sell you anything. But then later, years down the line, that's when you're like, hey, by the way, artists, they draw stuff for money. I don't know if you've known about this. You ever heard about that? The long con. But seriously, just join some communities. It doesn't have to be art related. It can be like, if you're a furry, you can join furry communities. If you're into Warhammer, you can join Warhammer communities. You're into like video games. I'm into a lot of video games. I like video games. You could join video game communities, not like for the express purpose of marketing or whatever, but just like kind of just to join places. I've had people click my name in like various communities that I wasn't really expecting it, but they clicked my name and boom, there's my art station. Boom, there's my Twitter. There's my Twitch, you know? And they're like, oh, cool, you stream? That's nice. That's neat. So, you know, there's all kinds. If your portfolio looks good, everything else will matter a lot less. Like if you just have to draw as well as Craig Mullins and you're set. You're good. You know, it doesn't matter if you're hiding under a rock. Someone will tear down a mountain to find that rock. You just have to get one good post on like Reddit that someone sees, and then you have like a good start, and then you just use that start to create more snowball, and then eventually you just keep snowballing till till you're successful, hopefully. But if you just want to make a couple bucks, I suggest going to places where there are actual people that are looking to buy artwork. So all those places I mentioned, all of them really. But I've had a lot of success on Reddit. I've had a lot of success on DeviantArt for getting work. So that's the places that I would say. If you want a real good job that's not like working for a couple bucks on the internet, you're gonna have to have like a really solid portfolio, or you're gonna have to cater to a single type of client and then just like have that on lockdown. Like you just make like awesome Warhammer stuff that people in the Warhammer community see. They like Join the darkness community. Hey, we have more. We have way more than that. What are you talking about? We got at least five. At least five, guys. Come on. We do drawing assignments. We had a good one recently. Ixie did a really good one. I'm still not finished with mine, actually. Still working on mine. After this commission, I'm gonna get back to it, and then I'll finish. This is the one I'm working on right now. I'll show you one that I'm working right now. So just quick. This is a fun one. I really like where it's going. It's not finished, but I like where it's going. It just needs a little bit of love. So this one is, it's going. Speeding up, and then could be good. Still have a lot of places where just totally unfinished, but you know, we'll get to it when we get to it. I think it looks neat. We'll see. I can always screw it up. I've got the ability to screw things up in the end. Overwork work. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of hard to just, you know, start out and just get work. I actually got a lot of work starting out because I would just like underbid everybody. I think I worked on like pennies on a dollar because I thought eventually people would like the work so much that they would keep commissioning me. And I have gotten return business, and they did pay me more, but it's not a very viable strategy. I was a kid though, so you know, for me it was beer money, and what's called, me personally, I can't live off of that money, so I got a day job. There's plenty of people that have made, you know, sacrifices in order to really like min-max that type of work. I don't recommend it. I think the best way to make money on this type of gig is to crank out that good portfolio and find really good freelance opportunities. And that those freelance opportunities could be what's called, could be anywhere really, but generally they come from like companies. I've worked on like Kickstarter projects. I've worked on you know, things like that. Those guys paid out. I keep the prices pretty low since I'm from Turkey and our economy is just even a few dollars not that bad. Well, I mean, hey, that is always a viable strategy. I would say as soon as you have more work than you can do, just double the price. Or just, that's kind of what I've done. I've just basically like doubled my prices as soon as I have like too much work from this type of thing. Because again, I have an income, I have investments, I have like all this shit that I don't particularly, it's not about the money for me, let's call it that. I like the money is good. It shows that someone appreciates the art. And I think that's like the highest compliment you could give me, is you could just pay me. Because it really like says, hey, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Not that like I don't appreciate any other thing. I just kind of, to me, it just means like, wow, they're really willing to give me money for my artwork. Yeah, easy scam. Just like absolutely scammed. But it's not like, you know, it's not like an expectation or anything. It's just kind of like, they must really like my artwork. I don't even know. I wouldn't give me money. Just like it wouldn't happen. Then again, like I don't have any artistic needs right now. I don't like the best I could come up with for me is like I would need all my wallpapers are like white, so that's like the most. But yeah, it's a tough gig. If you really love it, do it. There's like, if anyone tells you not to do it, that's even better. Because then like, just be like, use that for fuel. I feel like more people have told me not to do it than to do it. Like, the course of my career. I'm glad that I stuck through and I've got a skill set that I like, that I enjoy, that gives me, a sense of joy, fulfillment, whatever you have. And for me, that's more important. For me, it's not really all about that money. Although, I wouldn't say no to a studio job or, big freelance company. I'm not going to say no. Or commission. I'm not going to say no, obviously. But, yeah, I feel like there are people who hustle way more than me. So that is kind of where I'm at in my little world. I think there's a lot of like a lot of memes about this type of profession where you're just gonna like all you gotta do is get that first job and then you're in it. I'll be honest, a lot of those jobs they don't pay that much. Most of those guys are doing freelance on the side. So don't go in for the money. That's like the only takeaway. Like if you take away anything from the amount of shit that I'm spewing into the microphone, just don't do it for the money. I'm gonna be very disappointed. You'll be very disappointed. Or do it for the money till you get that first. Just get a Bitcoin, and have half of your money just evaporate in front of you. Why, dear God, why? I'm doing like a skull head here, but we'll see. Play around with the warrior silhouettes too. I'm not married to any of them. Not married to any of them. God, I kind of hope they don't pick 6, because that one's gonna be cancer. Like that is gonna be ass cancer to do. It's doable, but like that one's gonna be painful. I haven't done one like it in a long time. I think I could do it, but yeah, it's gonna take me a little. I'm gonna have to actually sit down, do the math. Nothing like drops my heart on faster than just having to sit down and doing hard perspective. If you don't want them to pick 6, just don't add. Yeah, I mean that's smart, but obviously, I mean if that's the one they want, I'm gonna try it. It's a challenge. I think I haven't challenged myself enough. So I'm going to. I think this one actually has like the winning like foreground. So you know what? Maybe I will do 9, but it'll be like composites. Be composites instead of like I drew this, which I think no one will care about anyway. Go away, Steam. Just die. Die in a fire, please. Okay, perfect. Customer will love this. All right, so it'll be like composite, because I think I have some like winning foreground, winning midground, winning background, but like in various places. I mean, usually they'll tell me like, hey, I really like this from this thing, and then could you just do that over there? That's like totally fine. But since we're not doing 9 thumbnails, I figure, you know, we could just do that. 9 thumbnails is gonna murder me though, so I feel like. Let's see. So if I take this one for instance, how the thumbnails have evolved. I think this one is, these are specifically one layer. Alright, so I haven't even touched that one. I just put like a couple lines. Yeah, that's good. So I think this one has like a really good starting point with the midground and the foreground, but then it like loses a lot of tempo. So we're gonna composite. Let's see if that works out as a good thumbnail. I mean, sort of. I think it's kind of interesting. Might make the portal a little bigger. Because I like the foreground figures in that one, even though they're underdeveloped. Pass that as a thumbnail. Yeah, maybe. Again, more choice is good. More choice is good. I think I really like 2. And 2 and 3 are I think are still like the strongest ones. Some of them have a good composition that just doesn't really go anywhere. But these are like thumbnails again. It's just for compositional purposes. We're just trying to find like what to work on rather than work on something, which is like kind of, it sounds unintuitive, but in life and in art, I've noticed that you have to do a lot of hard work in order to not do a lot of hard work. That doesn't make sense, but it's how it works. 2 would be how I would have interpreted the brief. Yeah, I think 2 was very close to the brief because they also gave me like one of my old paintings. I don't remember. There was like a samurai in the rain painting that I just see if I have that. I'm thinking of buying the Cease Your Investigations shirt. I really really kind of like this. DeviantArt. It's like DeviantArt I don't really care about, so I never really clean it up, so you could actually see all of my bad artworks on here. So it doesn't look like this guy can paint, you know? It's like, oh, this guy can paint sometimes, sort of. Like, some of this is not good. Let me see. What was I looking for? I was looking for... There was a painting. This is really far back. Some of those paintings are just god-awful. There's a painting where a samurai... Don't look at those. Don't look at them. Don't look at my face. Terrible. Cringe. Feels cringe to me. Ah, here it is. Totally unfinished, but it has some good ports to it. It has an interesting, like, if I was to develop this a little further, I feel like you could really make an interesting composition here, but I didn't. So, but it has. This is the one they linked me. They said that this is kind of what they're looking for, and then the problem with that is, if you do that, you can't put the portal in like full, so it'll have to be like one of them has to be bigger than the other, and so you have to have a big object and a bunch of small objects together, and so to solve that problem you either have to be really close up or then it suffers. Like it really depends. Like I've tried a lot of ways to solve this. Some of them could be good ways of solving. But we'll see. So that could be a couple options. Kind of want to composite a couple more of them. I think this foreground with let me see here. This foreground with this could be pretty good. So just in an effort to get a couple more shapes, we're gonna composite a little bit. Ideally, I don't want to give you know, the same image over and over again. But nine images is kind of hard to composite. Kind of hard to do, so I think a couple of composites would work a little bit. We'll see. Just gonna move these around a little bit, make it a little bit more confusing. Yeah, we'll call it a little different. It's not confusing. We're just we're creating variation, and it just like looks better if you um put them next to other places. Cut. I think presentation really does matter. We'll put this one like here. Put this one up here. Um, put this one. Let me see. Where is this one? Gonna move this one over here, and then I'll move this one over here, and then right in the center, because I think this one is actually the winning one, to be honest. We're just gonna do a little bit of merging. Just go back a little bit before I make sure I didn't kill off any of them. Right, I didn't kill off any of them, right? Yeah, I think we're good. Let me go back, and then come on. It's like it was there the whole time. It's you and me. Some anonymity. Okay, so that's thumbnails done. I think we've got a couple of good ones. I think my personal favorites are gonna be, I'm gonna number them. I think this is number 1. This one's good too. Yeah, I would say any of those 4 really fulfills the brief and has a strong composition. We'll leave that in. That's called chalking the tires. If you've ever been to a mechanic shop, sometimes they'll chalk your tires. And it's a little bit of a psychology trick, because it'll start you thinking about your tires. Just the little things. Tire shop tips. Tire shop tips, we'll call it. You know what? Hold on. Let me move this one over here. And then this one over here. Oh, this isn't part of it. Let's clean this up a little bit, make it a little bit more professional. Hey, I'm working here. But I think we have a couple of strong thumbnails. That I feel good about anyway. We'll see what the client says. He might say, hey, we don't like any of these. Shove it up yours. which would be debilitating, but I'd have to figure out what they want then. It's hard to mess up a brief like we want 4 figures in front of a portal. Can you do that? Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We have a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna work on the personal work for a little bit. But I'm gonna get these over to the client, see what he thinks. I'm gonna save these actually. Save as preliminary thumbnails. Let's call it 7 because there's 7 of them. It also looks like we did more versions than yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, so this thing. See, when it gets to this place, it's so hard to do anything because you're just like you're just afraid. It's the fear. That's what makes this like not fun. It's like gear fear in like a full loot PvP. It's like you don't want to go out with your best stuff because like who knows, you might lose it. You might lose the pixels, and then what are you gonna do then? You know, what are you gonna do? How will you ever live it down? So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Do a little bit of painting for these things. But this one is like a good 85% done. It's hard to move from this place. This is when it moves at like moves at like a snail's pace. Okay, that's good. Probably doesn't. They don't really have like reels or anything like that. But you could do like a makeshift stick, fishing stick. Makeshift fishing stick +5. It's definitely better than, fishing with nothing. Pop more blues in there. You start putting some of the colors in to the wings. I think that's worth. A little bit of wing. A little bit of wing coloring today. This was a big change, flipping the bird head. Still kind of recovering from it. Oh, there's parts there that are still like... It's kind of a lot. Oh, you know what? This thing should have like... Yeah. And we could also develop this a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, when it gets like to like this, like you gotta draw tightly, that's when I start to like dislike it. It's pain. Yeah, I feel like I'm really clenching for in this image already. Big clenches, big clenches. Costume design is really weird. kind of want to make this guy very interesting looking, but he's also kind of like in the background here. Just drawing some little things now. Probably gonna get rid of all the really dark colors, so that I can say it's a painting. It's got a very Chad chin. Let's see. So maybe a little bit of green. I feel like green would be good. I don't know what kind of shapes these would be. Maybe limes or something. I feel like I'm limited in the amount of shape because I want it to look like maybe larger shapes. But I want this thing to be subsumed. Really wanted to have like an open air market type of feel, so I think I'd like more stuff. Maybe maybe even browns would look good if they were positioned like in cool shapes. He's a poop merchant. He sells the poops. Maybe ginger. Ginger is a weird look to it and has like a lot of weird colors. I don't know. It's a fantasy world. We can technically make like fantasy fruits. Ginger looks like poop. It's, you know, very dried poop, yeah. Ginger. Where does it come from? How does it work? Nobody really knows. I use a lot of ginger in cooking. It's like the best ingredient because it's so flavorful. The only problem is if you use too much of it, it just takes over. Just absolutely takes over. But there's nothing like the simplicity of like ginger, garlic, soy sauce. That could be anything. That's like marinade. That's like ginger originates from South China. Yeah, I'm sure it comes from somewhere. I was. Yes. It's gotta come from somewhere. Where? But I love it in cooking. I'm a big fan. I think more ginger, less problems. Just be careful. Ginger is really convenient too. You can grate it from frozen. Yeah. You can store it and it'll be there for when you need it. It's good stuff. I try to buy it and then just like keep it just fresh. I usually eat a lot of it. I'm thinking of trying to marinate it. It's not so tough. Fermentation is like a good thing for me, I think, because you just put it in and then you forget about it. And that's like, for me, that's like the best. There's nothing really that's really better than that. Nothing better than that. You can definitely pickle ginger. That's not weird at all. What do you think you're getting in a Japanese restaurant? That's pickled ginger. That's like the staple of what's called. It doesn't go great with sushi. It also goes great with a gyudon, which is like a rice bowl with a little bit of beef. Nice little beef rice ball. Very delicious. If you've never tried it, I recommend it. You can get it's pretty simple to make too. All you need is some good flank steak. I haven't been to a Japanese restaurant yet, actually. Oh, rip. They're great. They're amazing. I love Japanese food. I eat a lot of Asian food. They're really great for everything. They have great presentation. They have great taste. It's very for me it's pretty exotic, I guess, because like my cooking is like meat maybe like beaten somehow, fried in a egg, fried under an egg or something. That's like the cuisine, the borscht maybe, maybe a little bit of please come and sample our wares. Another open palm here. We're trustworthy, please. Soja boy, $2 come. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of like Asian food that I like. I mean, I like Turkish food too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of cuisine out there in the world that's like I'm a big food person. I'm a person of food, as I like to call myself. And I've eaten a lot of stuff. I think I want to keep eating more stuff. Eat the stuff. I want to resolve the shape here. Come here, sample our wares. American people refer to East Asian when they say Asian. Yeah, we're technically we're not referring to India usually, but I like Indian food too. Yeah, and I'm not referring to Russia either. I consider Russia to be so at least it's got one foot in there, you know. Russian cuisine is pretty weak for Asian cuisine. Just gonna put that out there. Russia, please step up. Make some good food. Maybe someday they'll do it. I doubt it though. Personally, I'm Ukrainian. We have okay food. We have some dishes that are it's cheap on the making, and it, you know, it's not a gourmet palate sort of cooking. So it's not, you wouldn't see like a upscale Ukrainian restaurant. Although, I mean, there are some culinary stuff that features like expensive ingredients, like a blini with caviar would be pretty expensive, and that's like our one of our staple foods that, you know, sometimes we eat at Christmas time. Because it's expensive, and it won't be like real caviar. It'll be like real caviar, but it's like red caviar. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't ball that hard. Yeah, I don't even know if Russia has a cuisine, to be honest. They have shi, which is like a rip-off soup. Maybe olivier, which is a Soviet meal, classic Soviet meal, just everything you have in the fridge. And I actually think that might not even be, it's the name sounds French, but it's really not. They don't have olivier in France. I don't think I've ever seen. They don't really have a lot of mayonnaise and all the stuff in your fridge salads in France. I don't know, something about them. They don't have that. But yeah, they got ale made from bread, which they use in salads. Kvass. You're talking about kvass. I think they stole that from the Ukrainians or the Polish as well. Beer soup. I'm not. Yeah, I believe kvass was stolen. I'm not absolutely sure though. I think they steal everything, so I don't know. I haven't investigated this. Don't quote me on this. Russians in the chat, please. They try to steal borscht from the Ukrainians, so feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. But I love food, and I love making it at home. That's like the best thing. If I can do it at home, that's like, for me, that's like the best, period. There's nothing better. I'm making luxury meals for this week because we're like moving out. So we're just like, we just bought like luxury shit, and we're just gonna be eating good food for a little bit. Which isn't as expensive as you think, but it's still kind of extravagant for me because I'm just not used to it. Like lobster tail and steak. That's pretty good. That's good eating. That is good eating. That is one meal I've prepared. Pretty simple to make too. You just don't screw it up, man. Just make the steak pretty raw. And don't overcook the lobster or you just wasted $10. Just annoying. They're small lobster tails. They're like 6 ounces, which is like you know. But they're still expensive. for me. But I figure, what the hell? Live a little, you know? Live a little bit. Can't take it with you. That's my motto. Kind of wish you could, though. Take your money with you to space heaven. That's where Jeff Bezos is going right now. He's on that, what's it called? That space shuttle that Amazon built. You know, this is the perfect time for someone to get revenge for the wage cage. I don't know if you've seen the wage cage, but Amazon had this genius idea. This absolutely monstrous idea. One of the CEOs, they're all big brains, and they thought, well, how do I help the common man that's working for our company, you know, putting in those extra hours, you know, during breaks, why don't they sit in a little like one by one, less than maybe a meter of space, little cage. Why don't we put them in little cages, and we'll see if they like that. It'll help them meditate on how they can put more boxes. Employees, they're not putting them the opportunity to try out the wage cage. Amazon's patent for caging workers was a bad idea, says executive. Whoops. CBS News. You just live in the cage. You have a little bit of maybe a little bit of control in there. You a little bit of air conditioning. They designed it. They almost built it. I don't know what the arm does. There's a patent for it and everything. But yeah, there's a CBS News article. Apparently not a good idea by Amazon. Not a good idea. Not every idea is gonna be the AWS or Amazon Prime. Some ideas are gonna be, let's put the poor people in cages for their own sake. Some I don't know how that idea got in there. It's just, you know, it was a mistake that we let them see it so early in development. The wage cage. Get yours today. I think it's kind of amazing. I like this yellow. Kind of want to put it somewhere else. Maybe over here, a little bit more yellow. The wage cage is ergonomically designed with the worker in mind. Take your break in the wage cage. You know what ruins a good lunch break? A union rep talking to you about a fair wage. Escape all of that with the wage cage. We don't want you to communicate with your fellow man. That would be bad for us. Instead, we're gonna put you in a little cage so you can meditate on why you're not living your best life. Definitely a you problem. Don't know why you're doing it, but you have this amazing opportunity to get that all sorted out. Live in the pod. Live in the pod. Eat the bug. And just consume. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just do a little bit of consuming. You know, I've heard that there were plans to have the full Marvel movie library inside for your viewing pleasure at the Wage Cage. So you don't have to think about the hard things in life. Just consume a little bit. Just let the world fade away. Do a little bit of consuming. You know, get excited for the next product. Don't overthink it. This is what I was talking about. I have a very big mouth. Oh, thank you, Amazon, for sponsoring me and letting me stream on your platform. Thank you, Mr. Bezos. I appreciate it. Really, I do. Oh, that's all fun. I'm sure Mr. Bezos doesn't care in his space pedophile rocket. Despite there being like 2 people watching the stream. Yeah. Hey, Reggie's probably still in here, maybe. I don't know. Join the Discord. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes we get some people in here. I mean, it's tough with like mostly original art. I feel like if you draw fan art or something like that, you can get a lot of viewers in here. That's what I suggest also. I'm not doing it for the views, but if I was, I would be drawing, you know, one day as anime, one day would be like fan art, and what's it called? That would be how I would roll. You know, because it works. I'm not trying to bang on anybody. You know, I'm not hating. It works. I think it's a viable strategy. I think there's a lot of value if you're into value streaming, providing value for the community. That would be, you know, a lot of fan art. There was this Lumpy Cage guy. He had a lot of views. No, it was Lumpy Touch, not Cage. What? Was he in the Wage Cage? God. It really makes you wonder about all those stories. It really does. Like how much of that is true? How much of that is true? Because like the peeing in a bottle myth that they're like, oh, that's not true. That's not at all. Like, yeah, that's not true at all. And then like there's an internal memo about people peeing in bottles. Did that once or twice. Had to. Oh, are you an Amazon? Are you an Amazon? A person of Amazon? I've always wanted to talk. I tried to get a job there once. They didn't accept me. It's a little too dumb, I guess. They don't like me. Plus, they know everything about me, so I don't think they want. I did order from there once, so you. Oh no, I live on like Amazon. As much as I like shit talk them, like I have bought so much shit from Amazon. There's just like all the time I'm buying and yeah, I'm a hypocrite. So what? I needed that bike pedal, or I bought a bike wrench from them. Bought like all kinds of shit, computer stuff. It's like they're evil, but they also have everything I want, so I kind of see it as a trade-off. You know, I'll do a little praying, in the what's it called, on my days off, so that I'm probably still going to hell, but maybe not the worst place in hell. Just like one of the middle class, business class type of joints. Who knows? I only bought a graphic tablet, which doesn't fucking work, so I'm working with a mouse right now. Oh, that's cancer. Yeah, that sucks. What'd you buy, Huan? I've heard a lot of bad shit about Huans. How'd you guess? Well, it's cheap. It's cheap. I've heard a lot of bad shit about it. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I've been with I bought a Wacom when I was with my very first paycheck ever. Like that, there was a commercial on television once where a guy gets a job for like a week, gets paid $129.40 or something, and then buys a PlayStation 1. Oh, that was kind of me, except I worked there for a little bit longer. Just a little bit, though. Not too long. I think I started sleeping on my arm or something, and I thought, what's it called? It was the, thought it was the job. And so I quit. And my arm started not hurting, sort of. Actually, kind of still hurt. And then I realized I was just sleeping on it. And it's like, oh, guess I didn't have to quit that job. Oh well. They sent me a second one actually for free, but that didn't work as well. It does work on a friend's PC though. Just a problem with my laptop. Yeah, I've heard that they have driver issues, which is a problem for like most tablets. Honestly, if I'm being honest, there's definitely problems with all tablets that have driver issues, but Huans specifically have like no fixes. That's like the problem. Like I've heard that like you're just like locked out of Photoshop. There's like nothing you can do to get it to work, which is like kind of a deal breaker. Had you known, you probably wouldn't have bought it. But they don't really advertise like, oh, by the way, it doesn't work with most of the programs that you would be using this on. It just works with some sort of program. I don't know which one that is. It could be Manga Studio, perhaps. But I haven't really met anyone that's given Huan a 5 or 4-star review. That's been my experience. I haven't got one myself, so I can't really say from my experience. I'm a big Wacom bro. Whenever I can get a product from Japan that's like high end, do it. Somehow, some way, they are extremely good at just making long-lasting products that I've just been very, very happy with. It's usually some luxury shit. As I mentioned, our economy is a shitter, so I gotta go for the low price. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, for sure. For me, it was like a really big investment too, so it's just like one and done, you know? And I've used it for very many, many years. So that, like, sometimes, this reminds me of a joke. We have like a saying that the poor man pays twice. And it's basically true. It's unfortunate, and I'm no hate here. But like when you buy like a product like a tablet, or like anything that's like super expensive, like shoes even, you're gonna get a better deal if you pay more, which is stupid. But if you think about it, if those shoes wear out in like a week, you gotta buy another pair. Then you basically paid double, and then yeah, you gotta pick your spots. I'm a big proponent of skimping on paying whenever you can. I love a bargain. There's nothing. I'm like genetically predisposed to loving bargains. But what's it called? Like it for me, it's cultural. Like as a Ukrainian, it's cultural to bargain with anybody we meet. It doesn't really matter. In America, people don't like it as much. If you're a mercantile, it's okay. Like if you go into like a tire store, that's fine. They are looking to bargain with you, but a lot of places they just don't understand it, and they'll think of it as like you're disrespecting them. Americans don't like to bargain, but I get it. Not everyone could, it is expensive. I think I paid like 500 for mine, like close to 500, 450, something like that. Humans are way cheaper, and I get it. But it gives you something to look forward to, like when you get a couple of commissions, and you have a little bit of spending money. I would highly recommend it. Or think of it as an investment. That's what I did, and just never look back. Just never look back. Let's see, so... yeah, it's tough starting out, especially if you're doing it with a mouse. I would say, maybe even doing like traditional would be easier, because like I just think about how fast and good what's called is traditional is compared to like a mouse. You're gonna get way. And plus, you can use those skills. Like if you used, they're same but different. You can still use a lot of your skills from digital for what's called for traditional, and traditional for digital. They're same but different. There's things you do in digital that you don't do in traditional, and there's things you do in traditional that you don't do in digital. So it's kind of like catch-22, but. Pencil paper is still good. I would say it's pretty good. And I'm having trouble like. Oh, you know what? What if I make this like a bag? Like you could put gas in it, people in America put gasoline in bags. I don't know if you know this about us, but It's a very popular thing to do. Might do this on a separate layer. Oh, you know what? How about... Oh, this is gonna be complex. How about like a net? Hey, cat. Just gonna put a little happy little net there. Be our little secret that there wasn't a net there before. Lobsters do not come out of the water red. Shit, I forgot about that. Like greenish. I was just thinking of the lobster tail I cooked yesterday. I'm like, man, I really want some more of that lobster tail. Let's put it in the image, you know? You know, it's actually pretty low maintenance, this gig. Like, if you do get good at it, there's really not much you have to pay for. You just need internet. You might need an agent. I'm thinking about an agent. Internet, tablet, maybe software. If you're feeling generous. Hey, Louie, what are you doing here? I'm gonna simplify this shape. The problem is that I still need a way for him to carry it. Let it all out. Yeah, I think something like this, like a rope, would be really good here. So now I have like a framework, I think, and I just have to continue it. Oh yeah, it covers his face a little bit. Makes him look like the child from the Go Ahead, Throw Me Away advertisement that I love so much. I wonder if I could find that one for you. Hold on, because I feel like I've talked about it before. I would never. This one. Oh my god, I saw this and it was real. Throw me away, I'm used to it. Holy shit, dude. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. That's like... That's terrible. What did I do today? Just a little bit, but it's nice. There's a lot of bits that I'm liking a lot. So,
Where's the date of today?
Our anniversary.
Flowers. Where's my restaurant?
Okay, well we're going right now. It's a lot of stuff. All right, I gotta go. Do stuff. This one's shaping up. I've got some of the ideas sorted out. I was worried about this thing. This is like some of these groceries. I think I'm gonna have to kill the plants though. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you. And get these over to the client, see what he thinks about them, and then we'll go from there. All right. Bye-bye.